I'd like to start with a confession. When I left Sudan and I entered the sustainability world and worked in sustainability in its various forms, I, Gihan Hyde, daughter of Osman Abdelmajid and Hanem Awad, thought I would be surrounding myself with purpose-led individuals, passionate individuals, all about partnership, and most importantly, open to collaboration. And don't get me wrong, the majority of what I've just said is absolutely true. But no one warned me about the sharks. These are the consultancies and the consultants who come in when a company decides to become sustainable. They wear suits, they smile a lot, they use big words like impact at scale, value chain transformation, future-proofing your ESG, which, by the way, stands for environmental, social, and governance. In other words, they are words that they seem big, seem complicated, but in reality, they mean nothing. They're the ones who use shiny decks. They're the ones who write for you the reports that say everything, but means nothing. However, they do look amazing on LinkedIn. Give them their due, they looked amazing on LinkedIn. They're the ones who simplify climate crisis for us and think they can solve your climate crisis through a dashboard, through KPIs, through a cookie-cutter sustainability strategy. And we all know who I'm talking about. However, the question I always ask myself, why are companies hiring these large consultancies? Is it because the consultants, i.e. the sharks, are very good at selling confidence? Or are the companies buying certainty? And at the beginning you think, you know what, these guys and girls actually know their stuff. So let's roll, let's go. But you know what the real problem is? Unfortunately, for us, they get the gig. They always win the gig. I'll give you an example. We were approached by a big bank. The brief was as following. We want you to create and propose to us a training session directed towards our board members and senior leadership teams. We want you to educate them on the latest ESG regulations, and we want you to tell us how these regulations will impact the bank's operations and how they will also impact our investment portfolios. The team and I spent hours and days writing the best proposal, in my opinion, that we have written at that time. We made sure that these trainers are grassroots sustainability specialists. They are on the ground, they know what to do, they know the real impact of these regulations. We presented, we pitched, we lost. I went to the sustainability leader and I said, why? Why did we lose? You're the ones who came to us. You're the one who asked us to pitch. Why did we lose? And she said, Gihan, in all honesty, your pitch was the best proposal and the best pitch. But as the going say, and as the say goes, no one gets fired for hiring a McKinsey. In saying this, it wasn't McKinsey, by the way, who won it, okay? Just for us two, okay? It was EY. And she said, I hired them because I knew the leadership team will take me seriously. And I know that if they mess up, I won't be fired. It hurts. It hurt really badly. And this is where I ask myself, are these consultancies helping these companies change or look like they have changed? Because no one can change with a rebrand. No one can change with a dashboard. So I urge the companies out there, to all of you companies out there, if you really want to change, please start doing 3 things. Number 1, start by listening. Listen to your employees. Listen to your suppliers. Listen to your communities. Your employees know your business better than anyone else. They have ideas that you would never have thought of as an outsider coming in. I'll give you an example. One of our clients hired us to come and help them reduce their food waste from their offices. They wanted us to start in the UK and then they roll it globally. Mind you, they have 250,000 employees. We came in, the first thing I said, we need to speak to your employees. The leaders of sustainability were like, why? This is a very technical topic. Why? Why are you involving the employees? Why? Involve procurement maybe, involve facility management, but why employees? I said, because they will probably have better ideas than I would. So we ran a series of hackathons and ideation programs or workshops, which is normally, as we all know, is used for the technology sector. It's rarely used in sustainability, by the way. But we've decided, you know what, we're going to break the boundaries, we're going to use something new. And I never forget the 2 aha moments from these ideation workshops. Number 1 aha moment came from Susan in legal. She was saying, you know what, you guys, I don't know about you, but I tend to eat with my eyes. And we were like, what does that even mean? She said, well, when I go into the cafeteria, I'm so hungry. I tend to stack up all my food, but I never finish them. Hence, I'm eating with my eyes. The second aha moment was from Fatma in procurement. She said, I genuinely don't understand why we're wasting all this fruit and vegetables that is left from our cafeterias every day. Why can't we create a smoothie bar whereby rather than having a coffee break, we can have a smoothie break? We go and make our own smoothies. What would stop us from doing that? And you know what? These 2 aha moments helped reduce their office waste by 20% per year, which is equivalent to 40 Olympic pools a year of food waste. You know how we solved the eating with your eyes problem? We reduced the plate from 12-inch to 10 inches. We used the Japanese approach, which is divide your plate into 4 sections. Each section's different color to indicate what parts of the food that you need and how much food you need. So vegetables versus fruits versus carbs, for example. That's the power of employees. So suppliers, by the way, believe it or not, also have a vested interest in you as a company. They want you to do well, but the problem they're facing is that you come to them at the end of their sustainability strategy development. You don't bring them from the beginning. The easiest way to bring them on board your sustainability journey is to give them the same access of education that you've given your employees. The same e-learning modules you're providing your employees, provide it to your suppliers. Level the field of knowledge. There is nothing stopping you of doing this. Your communities, not only do they include your talent, they also include the charities and the NGOs that will help you measure the impact of your social work. Utilize this. Get them on board. So that was number one. That's the first act that I'm urging companies to take. Listen. Second, stop falling for shiny. Fall for real. Stop hiring consultancies. Because if a sustainability strategy looks polished, then something is wrong. Because change is messy. Change is local. Change is invisible. Number three, read the book, meaning do your research. Ask the grassroots specialists to come and help you, rather than going outside. So, that was my actions to the companies out there. But speaking about grassroots, for all my sustainability specialists out there, you and I need to talk, to be fair. There's serious talk happening here. Why? Because while the sharks are circling the boardrooms and we are working in the ground and being stubborn and refusing to work with the companies who do harm, the world is not going to change. We still remain attending the same events. We say the same things to each other. We complain to each other. And, in other words, we are still in our echo chamber. We need to get out of our echo chamber if we are to really have an impact. Otherwise, our work is gone in vain. So how do we do that? There's two actions I'm asking you to do. These actions have worked for me as well. So I'm not just telling you or lecturing you, because frankly, our expertise and our knowledge doesn't give us the moral license to keep lecturing. Time is ticking. So what are these two acts? Number one, attend events that are organized by the companies who are doing harms. Attend the construction, attend the fashion, attend the oil and gas events. Listen to these cynics. Understand their mindset. Understand their priority. Because when you do, you will be able to convince them. Even if it means, by the way, that we fly across the world to attend these events, I think we should. Because frankly speaking, I think it's extremely, extremely short-sighted of us that we're very comfortable flying around the world to attend events with people who already agree with us. Such as attending COP, such as attending New York Climate Week. Why? We already agree. There's nothing to go for. There's nothing to do there. Yes, I understand we need to look after our carbon footprint. But at this moment of time, we can't afford to lecture. The second action that I urge you to take is to shadow these individuals. Shadow the fashion buyer. Shadow the construction engineer. See what they think, how they think, what's their priority. Because by doing that, you're creating empathy. And invite them to shadow you as well. When you create empathy, you create convictions. So, my fellow sustainability professionals out there, I leave you with this. Get uncomfortable. Cross that line. Be the bridge. Because if we don't do that, the sharks are going to win. Thank you.